We are here at CMMA, the home of the Combat Jiu-Jitsu World Champion Chad George. But a young lion is soon assuming the throne. That young lion is one newly minted Taylor King David Alfaro. King David, how are you?
I'm great, how are you?
Good. Now the first thing I want to get into is the name. How did that, or the genesis of your name, King David?
So, multiple fights, the commentators were like, they said it was David versus Goliath because people would sleep on me and they would look at the height, reach advantage because most of my opponents are, well, everybody's taller than me. You just have the reach advantage. Like, oh, it's like David versus Goliath and such, blah, blah, blah. Then I come out and win, then I come out and win, and then it's like, okay, it's like, he's a real fighter. It's like, so it is similar.
Yeah. Wow, that's awesome. So for those of you that don't know, obviously you've got a big fight coming up for CXF, February 17th at the Sportsman's Lodge in Studio City. What have you learned about yourself from your last fight at Celtic Gladiator to now?
I took that fight on very short notice against Mark Alvarez, and I learned a lot about myself. I got the fight on Wednesday afternoon, got offered the fight Wednesday afternoon, and then fought Friday night. I had less than 24 hours to cut the weight. Cut most of the weight, like 13 pounds. And then I fought Friday night. I was able to get through that fight unscathed with a rear naked choke, but the main thing was like, it was a challenge because the weight cut and taking the fight on such short notice was in the back of my head, and I was able to get through that mental hurdle. So it's like, if that fight comes again, if a fight like that comes again where it's short notice, I can get through that. I've been through that. It's another challenge in my career that I was able to pass.
Wow, that's incredible. And what skills have you learned? I mean, obviously the weight cutting won't be an issue this time, but what skills have you learned? Have you upped your grappling, striking? Kind of talked about your coach Chad putting up Roman Deckers. That's some pretty lofty expectations. So, what have you picked up in your arsenal?
I've been working. Obviously, I work real hard on my ground over here. Like Chad's always teaching me new stuff, and I'm learning a lot from different coaches. Sean Choi has been helping me out. He's known Chad for like over 10 years. He started jiu-jitsu like in '94, so pretty much he's been training as long as I've been alive. So it's like he's always teaching some good new stuff. It's like, oh, Taylor, try this, or me, and then he'll hit something new on me. And then he's a wealth of knowledge. And then I'm working with a new coach, Jamal Abdullah, from striking, and he's a boxing coach. He's brought people in boxing from like the ground up, amateur to pro, made them champs. But he has a really open mind for striking, so expect some new tricks. Expect some new tricks this fight to come out. Yeah.
Wow.
I'm gonna be sharp. I'm looking sharp.
Wow. So, what do you know about your opponent?
I know Chris Sykes. He comes out of Millennia. Tough gym, good fighters. Lorenz Larkin, Jordy Dragoni come out of the gym. Good fighters come out of there. Tall, rangy, usually a southpaw, likes to kick. He can grapple, so I'd say he's well-rounded. So he's a tough opponent, starts fast, but I'm not too worried about him. I'm worried more about myself. I'm worried more about myself and what I can do. But I respect him. He can fight. I think I'm the best fight he ever had.
Now, without divulging too much of your game plan, how do you see this fight going?
I see it'll be a good fight, but then it'll be an interesting fight, but then I'll end up wearing him down, putting pressure on him, either knock him out on the feet or on the ground, or end up getting a submission, just grinding him down. And I'm gonna push the pace on him everywhere, striking in on the ground, everywhere, non-stop pressure.
Wow. Now, obviously, the fight is going down February 17th in Studio City at the Sportsman's Lodge. There is a way that a sponsor could get you to rep them, right?
Yes.
How could they do that?
Hit up Julian Gregorio on Instagram, Julian Upgrade. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Taylor King David Alfaro. Taylor on Instagram, Taylor Alfaro, Facebook, Taylor Alfaro, Twitter. So hit me up or hit Julian Gregorio on Instagram.
That's awesome. And for those of you who can't be live at Sportsman's Lodge on the 17th, you can also purchase the entire event live for $14.99 on the Fight TV app. It's a hell of a value. All right?
Right, it's going to be a hell of a show. I'm going to put on the show, but there's a lot of great fights on there. It's going to be, I'll give it to CXF. They put on great shows, top to bottom, from the first fight to the last. Back and forth fights. I think the last show they had in like November, or all of them were finishes, like all of them were knockouts. So yeah,
it's a good show to be on. All right, folks. This is According to Woods with Taylor King David Alfaro at CMMA. Watch it February 17th for CXF at Sportsman's Lodge.